Hi everyone, welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to be messing around with JavaScript and we're going to create an interactive ATM simulator. So here we are, we've got $1,000 available, and when I enter 100 and click go, I want this to reduce to 900 because I just took out $100. Okay, so that's really what we're going to try and do in today's tutorial. Also, if we have a lot of money in our bank account, we're going to have $3 signs. And if we don't have so much money, we're going to have $2 signs. And if we're getting low in money, we're going to have $1 signs. So we're going to be messing around with that idea as well. So let's jump into our web page. We've got a whole bunch of CSS here, which is helping our simulator look attractive. And in the simulator, we've got 5 elements. We've got an H1 element, here it is. We've got an image, here it is. We've got an H3 element, here it is. We've got an input element, that's interesting, here it is. And we've got a button. There's my button. Okay. Now what I want to do is start my JavaScript by storing this balance. It starts at a value of 1,000. So let's create a variable. I'm going to call it balance, and I'm going to give it a starter value of 1,000. Now also, when I click the button, I want to do something. Okay? And actually, what I want to do is withdraw some money. Okay, so I'm going to design a function called withdraw. And when we click the button, we activate this function. So let's do it. This is my withdraw function. Okay, so the first thing that the withdraw function needs to do is get the value from this input box. Okay, so JavaScript needs to communicate with this input box. So here it is. We need to give it an ID. Let's call it, what should we call it? Let's call it money. This is our money box. Okay, so we've given it an ID. Now let's get that value out of that input box and into JavaScript. So I'm going to create another variable called amount, and it's going to be assigned document.querySelector, the thing that has an ID of money. This is the input box that I want to communicate with. Is it in an HTML? I think for input boxes it's .value. Okay. Right. And just to make sure that this worked okay, let's do console.log amount, just to see if it works. Okay, so we're going to try and grab from this thing here, which is the input box, we're going to try and grab the value, get it into a variable in our JavaScript, then we can play with it. So let's save that, refresh the page, see if it works. Enter amount, 436. Go. Now let's go look at the console. Inspect. Console. Yes, there it is. We got it. Okay. So we got the number out of that box and we got it into our JavaScript. Perfect. Now we can mess around with it. If the amount is greater than the balance, that's cheeky. We can't do that, right? If I have $1,000 available and I enter 2,000, I want to take out 2,000. No, you cannot do that. Okay. So what we're going to do there, we're going to do an alert. Not enough money. Okay. So let's test that. I'm going to save that, refresh the page. I'm going to try and take out 2,000. Go. Yeah, oh, not enough money. Okay, thank you. Also, I want to clear the input. How can we do that? Document.querySelector. this thing here, this money input, dot value will become an empty thing. Let's see if that works. We'll try again. 2,000. Not enough money. Good, and then it cleared. So we can try again. Okay, so let's just try again. 500. Go. Okay, so that's fine. So that logic is reasonable. Else, if the amount, remember amount is this number here, is less than 0. We don't want that. We don't want someone to enter like this, like minus 1. Go. No. You cannot enter a negative number. So let's do another alert. Positive numbers only. And let's also clear the input box again. We're going to clear it out. So let's try that. Enter amount, minus 500. Positive numbers only. Okay. And it cleared again. Perfect. Everything's working so far. Okay. So if we didn't enter a really big number, and we didn't enter a negative number, it means we entered a good number. Okay. So this is going to be my final else. What I want to do is update the balance. Okay, we need to update the balance. So the new balance is going to be the current balance, which is 1,000, take away the amount that the user entered in that input box. Okay. And what we need to do is put that new balance into there, into that little area there. Okay. Ooh, do you see that number is inside these I tags? Let's give the I tag an ID. Ooh, okay. Let's call it balance. Ooh, this is the balance area inside these I tags. Okay, let's see if we can do this then. Document dot query selector. This time we're looking for the balance thing up here. There it is. Dot inner HTML will be assigned the new balance. Let's just try and put that in one line. There we go. So go and find the thing that has an ID of balance. That's what that's doing. There it is. And the inner HTML, which is this bit here, is going to be assigned the new balance value. Let's see if it works. I'm going to enter 2,000. Nope. I can't do that. I'm going to enter minus 500. Nope. Positive numbers only. I'm going to enter 436. Oh, it worked! It worked! Now I just need to clear out that input again like we did before. Okay, we'll just give it one more test. Is it going to work? 436. Yes, it works! Okay guys, see if you can get that going, and then let's continue to the image challenge.